What's going on, everybody? My name is Victor, and welcome to my YouTube channel, which is all about helping people navigate their ascension or their awakening process. I wanted to talk about another phenomenon that I have noticed is popping up, and it's been going on with me, and it's happening with a lot of my subscribers. And someone just sent me a really nice email hoping I would answer their question. And because it pertains to so many of you guys, I'm going to go ahead and answer this guy's question in his own special video. I'm not going to get into all the different details, but he's my boy Ed. He's a very loyal fan of mine, and I'd be happy to help him out here. So he's experiencing something, an issue that won't stop popping up, something that he experienced as a child and was very profound, very big for him, very life-changing, and you could say damaging. And you know, years ago, he's made peace with this. He's accepted it. He's forgiven all the people involved, and yet it won't stop popping up. It just keeps coming up, and he assumes he deals with it, and then it comes back again, and it's just like a freaking fly on the wall that will just not stop buzzing around, stop popping up. And I would imagine that a lot of us have these like focal, primary life challenge-like themes in our life. And here's the deal, guys. There are a lot of different layers, a lot of different lessons to be learned associated with even maybe a momentary event in your life that will keep popping up because it's changed you, and that event has shifted your course, your path in a lot of different ways for a lot of different reasons, all having their own little many layers to it. So you will keep seeing this situation, and oftentimes your higher self uses a situation to bring awareness to all these different lessons because it knows that that's the most efficient way of getting you to look at whatever little spin-off, tangent lesson that's associated with that one big thing for you. For example, for me, when I was 9 years old, I was sitting at a fireworks show. It was a neighborhood fireworks show my neighbors always put on. All the neighbors were fairly close. And we lived in Michigan at the time, and like the good fireworks were illegal. So these guys used to spend like thousands of dollars and drive down to the bordering state, Ohio, and get all the good shit, get the stuff that goes way up in the air and explodes, the kind of stuff you see at fireworks shows. And these guys would have a fucking epic fireworks show every year. And I was just 9-year-old kid sitting with my buddies, and I was in the front row. I was so happy and so excited to be there. Well, their finale firework, one of their biggest fireworks they had, which required its own launch tube, this massive launch tube for this one frickin' kaboom in the sky, and they lit it, and the launch tube tipped over, and it shot directly at me. All I remember is this glowing ball of fire, and then I was in shock. It was such a traumatic and profound experience. I was literally walking around in flames. I still have scars on my body, on my arm. I have a tattoo now, my stomach, and I was in the hospital for weeks. I was helicoptered to the local hospital, or no, rather, I was rushed by ambulance to the local hospital, and they couldn't even treat me. It was too much for them. So I had to take an emergency helicopter ride to this other hospital and go to an actual burn specialty place. And for me, this is something that came up a million different times. I had all these synchronicities involving fire. I'd see fire hydrants, freaking the word fire. I can't imagine, I can't even begin to tell you how often I would be reminded of the idea that I was hit by this firework throughout every day. And it's something that would come up. I'd have this massive relief. I'd inquire about it because I'd have this feeling like, okay, something's longing to be released, and I'd look at it and I'd get to the bottom of it. And I would feel this, oh yes, that's what it was. That I've done it. I've healed myself. I feel light. And it was all worth it, man. Even to revisit that painful experience. And then a month later, boom, these freaking fire synchronicities, fire dreams, all these things that start haunting me again. I'd be like, what the fuck? I dealt with this. Oh, well, there's this aspect of it. And I'd, oh, okay, finally, it's gone. Motherfucker, fire. And it would be back, you know. And I still get these fire synchronicities. I've learned to just ignore them. I've decided, what I've decided is that anything having to do with that is not me. Any fear, any anxiety, any like weird belief that is representative by these stupid fire synchronicities, I already know it's not going to be true. It's not something that's actually truly a component of my soul, and therefore I don't even have to acknowledge it. I no longer validate that aspect of myself because it is not myself, has never been myself, and I no longer prefer to carry the burden of these fire fears around with me. So that's the conclusion I'm presently at. But I understand the frustration with these reoccurring things constantly coming and bombarding you. And again, it's because there's many different facets and layers to that even seemingly one incident in your life. And oftentimes, again, it's a way for you to look at other aspects of your consciousness. And that is that experience, that thing that just keeps coming up is simply just a way to get you to look in this particular direction. Hope that helps, my man. Appreciate your support. Appreciate all your support and love. And I will see you guys in another video. Peace.